fighting robot, Mega Man.
Hey guys, Jonathan here with the Blue Wizard Project, just coming at you with part number 4 of, I think that's what I'm on right now, of my playthrough of Mega Man 9. So, last time I defeated all but the last 2 of the Robot Masters. Right now I'm working on Hornet Man. After that I have Splash Woman, and then I am at Wily's Castle. So we'll see how it goes. This stage was actually super annoying. So much of my video was just getting through this stage. Not because the stage itself was that hard, but there's one guy in this stage, the mid-boss, that for whatever reason I could not get past him. I think I died, like, not exaggerating, like 8 or 9 times, and each time I did worse and worse, partially because I was getting so frustrated, because when you die at him, the game doesn't checkpoint until after him. So even though he's not that hard, like I think the second time I fought him, because you fight him again in Wily's Castle, it wasn't too bad. But, yeah, I don't know what it was. I was just getting pissed off and frustrated and making stupid mistakes, and died a lot at that part. So I'm going to leave in some of the deaths just so you guys can see how many times I actually died. So Ian can mock me for it, but we'll see. So I missed that extra man, unfortunately. I don't know if there's a way for me to... Okay, there we go. Alright. We'll use the Mega Buster. Like, if I was smart, what I would have done when I kept dying is just loaded state. Like, I died there, right? So the next room is the boss that I'm talking about, and you have to redo the whole level, because it doesn't checkpoint. So, here I am back at the place, obviously cutting out stuff for your guys' sake. This is the boss. He doesn't look like he's very much of a challenge, but just running around the room, him randomly appearing. Sometimes he would like always appear on spots that you couldn't hit, or in spots like that where it's like very inconvenient for you to get to him. None of the special moves did a particularly large amount of damage to him that I saw. He was just a dick. This guy is a fucking asshole. And I think the first death of many is coming up here soon. I actually didn't do too badly this first time, but then, like, you're going to see I make some stupid mistakes. So that's death number 1. Here is death number 2. Death number 3. Death number 4. That one was my mistake. I shouldn't have jumped like that. Death number 5. Hit the top of that thing with my head. Again, making stupid mistakes. Death number 6. Death number 7. Again, bad jump. And then finally, I was able to beat him right before death number 8. So, yeah, quite a lot of deaths at this guy. Again, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if it had checkpointed right before him. But the fact that it was like, die, and I had to replay the whole stage. Die, and I had to replay the whole stage. Die, I had to replay the whole stage. Got super annoying. I will give you guys the heads up. In Mega Man 10... there's a part that's like that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this again, I don't have time for this, so I just used save state and, you know, kind of fudged that a little bit, but yeah, I did not on this one, and I regret it. like I said, as you can see, the stage isn't overly hard. These scissor things are a little bit on the annoying side if you don't manage to kill one side of them, but yeah. Side note, I should have mentioned this earlier in the video. You guys have probably noticed by now that the sound is just going on its own. If you didn't watch the last video, I like that it just like tornadoes them up off the stage. That's great. You guys probably noticed this from the beginning of the video that the sound doesn't quite line up. If you didn't watch the last video, I explained it. For some reason, the program that I use to record the videos, not the one for editing it, they're 2 separate programs, for some reason didn't record the sound, and I could hear the sound. It cuts there because I was grinding for health. As you can see, my health is full, and trying to get extra med, but I don't think I got any. Anyway, yeah, I was trying to record the video. I got the video. I could hear sound, but only after I'd finished the entire game did I realize that it didn't record the audio track for whatever reason. So I think it was because I just switched to a new camera. My wife got me a better one, and for whatever reason it auto turned off the sound, which sucked. So just bear with me for the rest of Mega Man 9. It's going to be tracks placed over. I'll do my best to try to match them up where I can. Unfortunately, sound effects like me getting hit or dying or shooting or any of those kind of things are not going to be in the videos because I don't have the time to individually add in a sound for each individual pellet, but what can you do? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so Hornet Man. Again, I don't like this guy's character design. I don't know who was responsible for designing the robot masters in this game, but they didn't do a particularly good job, in my opinion. A few of them look cool, like I think Splash Woman looks cool, but like Plug Man looks stupid, Concrete Man looks stupid, Hornet Man looks stupid. I don't really know what they were doing. So fire wrecks those fucking bees, and it's generally good for hitting him, but sometimes like that you'll see like your bullets will go right under him if you're not aiming it carefully. But yeah, it pretty much wrecks him, so pretty easy fight overall. Like I said, it's just that mid stage. I don't know what it was, but it just kept killing me. And like I said, the second time I fight him, I don't think it was quite that bad, but yeah. Let's see what I get. You got a new weapon! Womp. Hornet Chaser! Choo. Zzz. Okay, next is Splash Woman, I think, because she's weak to bees. You know, those underwater bees that mermaids are afraid of. There's like a whole deleted scene in The Little Mermaid about that. Alright, this is when I'm going to start stocking up on E-Tanks so that I can have them when I get to the end of the game. I don't remember how hard Wily was in this game. I want to say not very. I remember it was either Mega Man 9 or Mega Man 10 that he was a pain in the ass in, and I don't remember which one it was. I still think Mega Man 7 might have had the worst one, but... or Rockman and Bass, I can't remember what that one was. Anyway, okay, Splash Woman. Again, this is kind of a big thing for Mega Man 9 in that it was the first one that had a female robot enemy. Before that, the only robot female in the Mega Man universe was Roll, but she's like a maid. This part always cracked me up because it kind of looks like Mega Man's in blackface. It's like, ooh, Mega Man, you're not allowed to do that. That's not okay. It reminds me of, so as I've mentioned multiple times in my videos, I live in South Korea. It's weird that it turns the items black too. I live in South Korea, even the extra man. It just looks like Mega Man has like a really thick haircut on that extra man. In Korea, there's like a scandal every, it's got to be like at least once every like 16 months or something like that, where TV shows, in particular like sketch comedy shows, like the equivalent of SNL. They do have SNL in Korea, like their own version of it, but there's like one in particular called Gag Concert, and every like 16 months they get in trouble because they dress a Korean person up in blackface with like big thick lips and like a nappy hair wig and like overalls and stuff, and basically put on like a minstrel show because they think it's funny. And every single time they do it, people write in and complain and tell them like, hey, that's super racist, you can't do that, we know there's not a lot of black people in your country and that like you don't have the same history, but like that's very offensive to people. And every single time they react with like, oh really? We didn't know that that was racist. It's like, you only get to use that excuse one time. Like, you can't keep claiming that you didn't know it was racist when people are writing in and telling you that it's racist. Like, and it's happened multiple times in the years that I've lived here. So there's no like reprimand for them, and like nobody stops watching Gag Concert. It's like one of the most famous shows in the country as far as I know. I mean, maybe it's skewed because I teach children, and so maybe just children know the show, I don't know. But yeah, it's an issue that comes up a lot. to be fair, like, a lot of Korean people are the ones that are writing in and telling them, like, you can't do that. Like, that's super racist. But yeah, a little bit of fun facts about Korea there. I don't know why it's taking me so long to kill this guy. There was also another thing on TV in Korea a number of years ago that got people saying, like, oh, that's racist, where they did this, like, documentary on how foreign men were, like, stealing Korean women and, like, corrupting innocent Korean women. And, like, the sources for the news... that sucks. Got pushed into the spikes there. I'll skip ahead until I'm back at this part. The sources were, like, just a dude in a coffee shop, like, yeah, so, one time, my friend's sister was dating a foreign guy, and, like, they were, like, he was having sex with her all the time, and guess what? Boom! She got AIDS. If my friend's sister isn't a legitimate source, I don't know what is. And, like, the whole video was like that. And it was, like, this was not, like, a small thing on the internet or something like that. This was a video that they played on, like, one of the biggest news channels in Korea. One of the, like, main channels that everyone watches. A lot of people wrote in and complained that that video was super racist. Like, foreigners were livid. I was here when that video came out, and everyone was like, how is this on TV? Like, it was just so messed up. But a lot of, especially college-age students, wrote in and were like, you guys need to issue an apology. This video is bullshit, blah, blah. And they did eventually issue an apology. But I think when you only issue an apology because people complained about it, and you still actually believe what you just put out into the world, doesn't really do much. If I can find it, I'll try linking it to this video. But, yeah, it was a really messed up thing. So, that happens. Anyway, that was all related to the inked Mega Man. Anyway, here's Splash Woman. I actually do like her design, and I think, like, they did a really good job of, like, the animations for her. Her attacks are pretty good. She's fairly easy to beat, which is unfortunate that... I think she actually kills me one time. No, she doesn't. Okay, I picked up an item there, too. But she... maybe I died to her in the last stage. But she's fairly easy to beat. The bees wreck her, especially because she, like, moves back and forth a lot up there at the top. And since they seek onto her, it's pretty easy to kill her. But, yeah, that was Splash Woman. I think she has the best design out of any of the bosses in this game, but that's just me. It's like, I was just reading an article today about how the new Doctor Who is a woman, and I see, like, things where people joke around, like, first they came for our sci-fi heroes, and, like, they should have put first they came for our Mega Man bosses. This is the memory circuit board. We can play back his memory to see why he went crazy. They keep saying he, but it wasn't a he. I'll put it on the screen. They need to mind them pronouns, guys. So, what are you trying to say? I'm saying you're all... I like his pose. Like, yeah, gonna end up in the junkyard. Of course. When we're done with our work, that's what happens. Wow, they've just, like, accepted their death. It's not just you. Millions of robots all over the world are winding up as piles of junk. I don't get why they have to kill them. You work hard for humans, and then they destroy you when you're no longer needed. Doesn't that make you angry? Like, Dr. Wily's spitting truth here, man. Like, he's woke as fuck. Just because you reached some arbitrary expiration date doesn't mean you should be scrapped. Like, Dr. Wily's the good guy in this game. You're all still quite useful. Like, he's telling you, like, oh, you should be allowed to live. You have a right to live, says the bad guy in this game. I'm going to help you. Together we'll show the world how useful you can still be. Like, he's the good guy. Perhaps you're right. We still want to be of use to people. Can you repair us? I'd be glad to. If someone says I'd be glad to with that fucking face, you don't trust them. You're in good hands with me. That, like, creepy, I'm gonna molest you face, don't trust them. It was Wily all along. Shocker! The real bad guy in a Mega Man game was Wily? Oh my god! I didn't... Oh man, the plot twist. It's blowing my mind. Alright guys, so that's the end of that playthrough. Now we can see the true bad guy was Wily all along. Nobody thought that it was ever anyone else but Wily. I don't know why Mega Man's shocked, like, oh, it was Wily all along. Of course it was Wily all along. You knew it was Wily. You didn't think it was Dr. Light. No one was tricking you. You saw Dr. Light there. You didn't think that video was real. Anyway, in this game, Dr. Wily's the good guy. Mega Man and Dr. Light are the bad guys who want to commit robot genocide. It's kind of messed up that I'm helping him do that. Yeah, it's a whole thing, guys. It's a whole thing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following along. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll try to get those videos down below if I can. If not, at some point, maybe I'll try to post it on our Facebook group. That's also linked below. If you can give, please give. If not, please let someone else know about the Blue Wizard Project. Spread the word. We're trying to raise money for the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Again, remember, every penny we make, Ian and I don't see a cent of it. All of it goes straight to helping out families in Central Ohio. So please make sure that you participate with it if you can. At any rate, guys, this has been Jonathan for the Blue Wizard Project. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.